Coach Choate, 3 rushers over 100 yards. That doesn't happen around here for a long time. The offensive line did a heck of a job.
Yeah, they were an impressive group today for sure. Quite honestly, we saw some things different than what we thought we were going to see from what we'd seen on film from Norfolk State. They've primarily been a post-safety defense. They played a lot of quarters, a lot of cover 4, a lot of split safety looks, which lightens the box in the run game. And so I think that played into our hands a little bit there. I can't say enough about really Logan Jones, Shane Perry, and Lane Sumner. Logan went out of the game. Shane and Lane haven't played a lot of football for us. And they just stepped in. The O-line picked up their end of the bargain, and those guys continued to operate. And so really proud of that group of guys. Makes you nervous when you go in for the better part of 2.5 games. We haven't played our best 2 guys, 22 and 15. And we've been able to go 2-0 in that stretch. And we're hopeful to get those guys back as we go into league play.
Got to feel good about quarterback Tucker Rovig.
No doubt. Yeah, Tucker operated at a high level today, took what was available from the defense, threw accurate passes, and again had great protection from our offensive line.
Did you see more poise out of Tucker than before, maybe, or just more command?
Well, he and I had a conversation on Wednesday, I guess it was, and I basically said, hey, you've let this thing slip through your hand twice now. This opportunity may not come again, and you just got to believe in yourself and go play. And I think he did that, and so really proud of the way he performed today. And that's to take nothing away from Casey, but I think Tucker operated at a really high level today.
What went into the decision to go with Tucker?
A variety of things, really. Kind of our last non-conference game, the last opportunity that if we were going to look at somebody else, this was the time to do it. I did not want to go into preparation for NAU with indecision about that position, and really felt like, quite honestly, Tucker had performed at a higher level over the last couple of weeks in practice, and so he deserved an opportunity to get a start, and he clearly maximized that today. 21 of 27, 4 touchdowns, no interceptions, 221 yards. That's a pretty efficient day.
Going forward, just kind of what do you maybe see between the two of them? Maybe who
I think those guys are going to continue to support one another, continue to compete against one another, and our team they'll rally behind whoever's back there as the trigger guy. I promise you that.
Shane Perry's played a ton of football in the spring and throughout all the off seasons. How much confidence did you have handing him the ball?
No hesitation at all. Yeah, I think that kid's really earned the opportunity that he's gotten here, and walk-on kid who's probably knocking on the door, getting some money, and deservedly so. And just really impressed with his work ethic and his determination to be a part of this program and contribute.
Between last year and this year, why do you think Tucker might, like you said, play his best in practice maybe after you make that?
Yeah, I don't know. I kind of asked him that question too. I said, let's talk about the elephant in the room here. Why do you start playing better football once you're not the guy, and let's maybe take another approach. And so, it's hard to say. I think there's a lot of things that go into that. And one of the things that he did tell me was that he felt like he was so worried about Casey that he didn't focus on him. And that if he had the opportunity to do it again, he would have just worried about himself and not worried about what Casey was doing, the kind of throws he was making, what his completion percentage was in practice, and just do what he had to do. And I think that was a very mature statement on his part. And I think he's focusing on him right now.
A lot of tempo and a lot of quick game. How much of that game plan was built to get Tucker going?
Not a lot of it. Really, that was our intent last week too. And we weren't efficient in our quick game. We got behind the sticks a couple of times at Western Illinois, and that inhibited us from being able to do some of the things that we wanted to do offensively. And so it definitely got us into the flow. But quite honestly, when you're running the ball the way we were running the ball, that's the premium right there. And so our O-line and those backs that stepped up, awesome job by them.
When Travis is doing what he did today in so many different ways, how does that just open things up?
He really impacted the game, probably a lot more than the stat sheet would even indicate. He gets back there at quarterback. You're going to have to defend him as a runner. Even threw a pass today, and so I think that especially with Troy out, we had to get that package. We still feel like that's an important part of our offense, and really Travis's ability to operate that was critical to our success today.
After their, I think they had an 8-minute drive, then coming right back. You guys going to tempo. Just kind of what was maybe the reasoning to just kind of respond right?
Well, that's because that's what we've been doing well, and we knew we needed to counterpunch. The thing I was worried about, you have that lull when your offense is off the field that long, and credit them. They converted a couple of 4th downs in that drive, and we helped them a little bit with some penalties, and so you get a little nervous, like you guys are cold. We were pretty hot there for a while. I think at one point in time, You know, we'd had the snap that was high to Tucker that kind of pushed us back on that first or second drive, and then we missed the field goal at the end of the first half. Those are the only drives we didn't score a touchdown on for most of the game, you know, until we ran it out at the end. So that's pretty easy to call plays under those circumstances.
Juwan Carter was able to sustain some drives. How did you evaluate his performance, and how were you able to contain him a little bit in the second half?
Yeah, I think we hit him, and that was critical. Once we got a couple shots on him, he wasn't quite as willing to leave the pocket. And you know, we've got some things we got to clean up in the back end. I mean, we got Case Cook is coming to town next week, and if we have pass coverage like we did today, it's going to be a long day for the Bobcats. So we'll have our guys' attention on that for sure.
You were able to get to the quarterback with the pass rush. Can you speak to Bryce Sturck's game and you know, his ability to affect the
Yeah,
pass
you
game?
know, he's playing at a really high level right now. I think Amandre gave him like 3 of those sacks today. Or how many did you have? I mean, how many did Amandre give you today? Probably all of them. So anyway, yeah, I can't say enough about the job that guy's doing. Really, our entire defensive front. And when those guys step up, they're suffocating against the run. And if I'm a quarterback, I'm probably a little nervous because those guys are going to get to you sooner or later. And when they get to you, they arrive in a bad mood.
What's your biggest takeaway from the non-conference performance so far?
I think it was a very competitive, good schedule for us. You know, playing a Power 5 school at their place to open the year, play the number 12 team in the country, but we got them at home. Tough road test against a Missouri Valley team, and then a home contest against another FCS opponent. And so I think there's no Division II teams on that schedule. We played up and we played level, and I think we accounted ourselves very well. We're 3-1, but as I told our guys just now, you know what we get for that Big Sky play? Not a doggone thing. And so it's 0-0. That's our record right now, and we got to go to work, and we got to go to work with a higher degree of focus and intensity.
Coy Steele stepped up again. Can you speak a little bit to him finding these moments?
Yeah, I love that kid, man. I think he's a great teammate and so accountable. I mean, he can play any position. So the route concept, regardless of the route concept, the coverage is going to dictate where the ball goes, right? And the fact that he can be in multiple positions creates more opportunities for him, and I think he maximized that today. Good? Thanks, guys.
Thank you.